I want to introduce Marchen Hviid. She is Senior Researcher at Technology Institute in Denmark, respectively Danish Meat Research Institute. Marchen, her specialty is among others, meat quality classification and measuring systems, shelf life of fresh meat, influence of slaughter processes, on meat quality, electrostimulation, and the use of vision systems for the quality evaluation. Marchen will give an overview of the current industrial developments and research. Please, Marchen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for inviting me to Sarah and the rest of the group from the mEATquality project. Now I think I will start with a short introduction of the Danish Meat Technology Institute. And then I will give you some example of the work that we are doing. And then it will of course just be spot, because as you have heard, we are doing a lot of different kind of research. And in fact, I am also involved, as you were saying, with electrical stimulation. And I'm also involved with a lot of other things. So I will just give you some short introduction to some of our projects. First, I would like to give you a very, very short introduction to the Danish Meat Research Institute. It is founded before I was born, so it has been in the world for a very long time, and it was starting for the Danish pig producers. And yesterday, when I was here in this city and I heard saw a lot about the Second World War, then again I remember that it was in fact also money from that was giving the Danish pig producers the opportunity to build this Danish Meat Research Institute. It was money that we have put bacon for the UK, and they was not able to pay. And then after the war, then we got the money, and then the producers decided that we should have a research institute. We do research and development for the Danish meat industry. It's not only the pig industry, but due to the Danish world that we produce a lot of pigs, of course, most of the work that we are doing is on pig. We also do international consulting to abattoirs and processors company all over the world. And it means that I have been in a lot of different countries, Japan, the US, Spain, also visit the industry. So I don't only know about the Danish industry, I am also have some knowledge about the rest of the world. We are more than 100 specialists. Last day I was asking how many is working about meat quality. And then I say, oh, maybe we are only 5 or 10. Or it's depend on what you will say is meat quality, because we are more than 100 working for the meat industry, but they have a lot of different professionals, like they are specialists in vision, they are specialists in data handling. So we could say that we are more than 100, or we could say that we are 5 working on the meat quality. I am working in this very important department of the Danish Meat Research Institute, the meat technology. And we are working in very different area, in fact, because we have the most of the work that we are dealing with is protein knowledge. It is the raw material, but it's not only protein, it will of course also be fat. And we try to find out how will the different area, primary production, slaughter process, upcycling ingredients involved with protein. So it also means that we will have some knowledge about protein from meat and from plant, and how we could make this hybrid product. Then we have a lot of Then we use our pilot to produce this different kind of product: sausages, bacon, ham, cooked meat. But then we also could use these facilities to see what is the influence of freezing, cooling, heating of product. So we can also test new kind of equipment. Then we have the quality analysis. And of course, it is very important if we make research, we also have to be sure that all the quality analysis is correct and is doing in a proper way. And then we will develop a lot of measuring equipment. And I will show you, because I think that it is one of the most famous equipment that we have done in this presentation. It is about vision technology. But first, and we have already have a lot of different presentation about meat. And I think that all that have been listening to the day know that meat comes from muscle. It is a live animal, and then it's slaughtering, and then it goes to be food that we could eat. When we are talking about meat, and I know that it has already been addressed, that meat is in fact water. Most of meat is water that has been in a grid of protein with some fat added. So it's very important to know how this protein could keep the water inside, because otherwise we will lose money, and this is not good for the production. Talking about meat quality, and I know we have already have a lot of different opinion of meat quality, but it is very important to remember that meat quality, if we should try to do anything to change the quality, then we should be able to measure it. Because sometimes I have heard that meat quality is only what I could find out by myself. So if it's not quality for me, then I could not discuss it with another. So it's very difficult if you have people with that opinion. So when we are talking about quality, we have to put it in this different way of how to measure, and how, if we should talk about quality, then we should agree also about which type of quality we are discussing. And I think that this project, mEATquality, also address this problem, because yesterday we have a lot of discussion about how to measure quality and which way is the right way to measure pH, drip loss, color, so on. So it is very important that people agree of what is quality, how do we measure it, because otherwise we will never ever be able to change or to have knowledge about how different process involved quality. So what affect quality? And we have already have some pointed out. This is a figure that we have made, and it is made about all the research that we have been done. It's based on technological and eating quality, but in fact, a lot of these different processes will also influence the safety, the nutrition, the ethic quality of the production. So we could say that we have some split between the live animal and the dead animal, and most of the work that we are dealing with is about the dead animal. Now I will continue with some of the work that we have done. We have done, as you already know, a lot of different things, but one thing compared to the primary production is that we was asked for the poultry levy fund to look at the protein contents in chicken. And we was done this research 2 years ago. We was trying to see what is the effect from the breed. It is a slow-growing breed or a fast-growing breed. Then effect of wooden breast, and the wooden breast was made of one person. He was look at the breast and say, yes, this is wooden, this is a normal breast. and it was only found in the fast-growing chicken. And then we make this investigation of the protein content. And what that is very important for this is, in fact, that protein content is decreasing and is very low if you have chicken with wooden breast. And then you could say, oh yeah, but what does that matter? But if you buy your chicken meat because you think that you get a lot of protein for the nutrition, then I think that it is important that you know the level of protein in the meat. If you are a processor, that you should marinate or cooked, then it is also important to know the level of protein because it will influence the cooking loss in the next day. Another very important work that we are dealing with is, some call it byproduct, but we prefer to call it side streams because byproduct, it's also a word, but side stream, it is a better word because for every process you will have a new side stream. So when you find your raw material, go into the process, made food, but you will also have a side stream to be used. The motivation for dealing with the side stream is that it is the green transition and the increased demand for protein, that we should be sure that we use all protein. And then, of course, the benefit will be that we will get new protein-rich product, and we will be able to use all the protein from the carcass and leads to new business models. Some example, we have used this as a nutrition booster. We have used protein sources from mechanical separated meat, and we have, of course, dried it so it could be used as a protein source. And then we have put it into cakes, bread, and some other stuff to test if what will people think about it and how is the taste, and could we use it for a person that will not get enough protein because they're eating too less. It's not eating enough meat or enough food. And we have done that. This is doing with chicken protein. And now to my last spot of what we are dealing with is the automated inspection, a vision solution to see if we could find the contamination of a carcass. It is very important to remember, and maybe all of you know when you are develop a system, that it is very complex to develop a measuring system. And for us, it is very important to tell people that making a system like this will include both hardware, software, data, and of course also the interface, because it's not enough just to have a system or a measuring technique. You should also be able to communicate the result with the people that should use it. So this is very important, and we think that this 3 legs is it is important that you remember that all is necessary. This is the equipment. This picture show carcasses coming to the system, and you have 4 places for camera and light. There is 3 camera in each of these, and it means that we have, for the one half of the carcass, 25 high resolution image, and for the other half again, it will give us a total of 48 pictures from each carcass, because we have both the normal colored carcass and near pictures taken from this system. And we have only 7 seconds to be sure that we have calculated all the information, because after 7 seconds, the next carcass is ready to be measured. So what are we doing? First, we will find the pig surface in the picture, and we use artificial intelligence to do that. And if you are dealing with or read some papers, you will see that there is a lot of different way of you could doing this. I think that we have found a program that you would say that there will also be programs that if you have pictures of a road with cars and trees, then sometimes it is important to find out what is cars placed on the side of the road, to be sure that it will there be any problem with that car. So we have just see that you could use that also to find the pig surface in the picture. After we have found the surface, then we use another system or another models to find the contamination and present the result. This is one way to present the result, so the cleaner could see where has there been any kind of contamination, where should I do the cleaning work. And the conclusion is that we have developed this system for an automatic system, and it has been installed in a Danish slaughterhouse for testing, because you could not have a system like that just on the lab. You have to put it onto an abattoir to test it in the real world. So it is installed in one of our Danish slaughterhouses, and what is very, very important is to be sure that the light sources and camera in combination is so important for success. I have never ever think that it was so important, because when you take a picture, you just look at it and then your brain say, oh, it's a tree or it's a pig, or I could see that there is some contamination of that. But if you should do a system like this, then it is very important to have the right camera and the right light. So yes, we are ready to make test and validation of this system, and we will start next week. Yes, thank you. If you will see more, then my director has just tell us that we have made a new homepage. And they have changed something about it. So I think that you should go in and see all the new things that we are dealing with. And if you have any questions for me, you will also be able to give me a mail. And of course, if you will know anything more about what we are going on, then we are also produce a newsletter, and you could, of course, sign in. I have signed on of that. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Marchen.